the holidays. The cacti are all Christmas, the Douglas is wearing fur, the poinsettias are on point, and the holly is hollerin'. But nothing says Yuletide flora like puckering up under a bundle of toxic, parasitic plants. This is mistletoe.
Hi, I'm Tasha the Amazon, and you're watching Animalogic. Mistletoe refers to over 1,000 species in the Santalales order. Now you might be thinking there must be a connection between mistletoe and Santa lilies. It's nothing but a Christmas coincidence, which is, coincidentally, also the name of a 2018 Christmas film starring Kathie Lee Gifford.
Mistletoes are spread over 3 families, commonly known as showy mistletoes, feathery mistletoes, and the sandalwoods. But when we think of the mistletoe, we're usually talking about 2 particular species of the sandalwood or Santalaceae family. Viscum album, aka the common mistletoe, native to Eurasia, and Phoradendron leucarpum, or American mistletoe, which is endemic to North America.
These 2 types of mistletoe are famous for their iconic ball shape, which can grow as wide as a meter across.
Mistletoe flowers from March to May with small pale yellow or green blooms, which turn into sticky white berries from September to November.
This plant loves frigid winters, staying fresh and green all season long despite the cold. In fact, this is when it's most noticeable, when the leaves of its host tree have fallen down around it, revealing that iconic, smooch-inducing greenery.
A clue to how mistletoe manages to stay alive while others wither away is in the name. Phoradendron means thief of a tree in Greek. While those evergreen mistletoe leaves are more than capable of creating their own energy through photosynthesis, mistletoe steals nutrients and water from its host tree.
So I may have exaggerated a little when I implied that these plants are cold, hard energy vampires. Mistletoe aren't actually fully parasitic. They're what's called hemiparasites, meaning that they don't have to get all of their nutrients from theft alone, if they don't want to.
And there are times when it's in a mistletoe's best interest not to take too much from its unwilling host. A recent study showed that when a tree is infected with more than one mistletoe, each will amp up their photosynthesis to produce more of their own food. This ensures that the host doesn't die, and that the mistletoes too can keep on keeping on.
When they do steal, they do it with haustoria, root-like structures that are able to penetrate the tree's bark and start sucking the juices. If you want to learn more about haustoria, make sure to check out our video on dodder, aka strangleweed.
Along with holly and poinsettias, mistletoe completes the trifecta of Christmas plants that are toxic to humans. While mistletoe may be poisonous to us, birds cannot get enough of their waxy white berries and are the most common spreaders of mistletoe seeds. The seeds are coated in a super sticky film called vicin. They either get stuck to the bird's beak, which then uses the nearest tree branch or twig as a napkin, or they take a short trip right on through the bird's digestive system. The sticky seeds in the bird's poop cling to anything they come into contact with. If they stick to a tree, the mistletoe seed has found the perfect place to set up its new nursery.
The word mistletoe comes from Anglo-Saxon and translates to dung twig. So this winter, when you're kissing your lover under the mistletoe, think of the romantic journey it took from a bird's cloaca.
Despite its reputation for being a parasite, mistletoe knows how to give back. Lots of birds and insects rely on mistletoe for food and shelter. Close to 100 vertebrate families consume its nutritious fruit and nectar, and 50 call these evergreen spheres home. The forest floor, too, wins when mistletoe drops its leaves. Most leaf-losing trees make sure to suck every last nutrient out before letting them fly. But since mistletoe is a parasite and can steal whatever, whenever it wants, it doesn't have to worry about letting go of a few extra nutrients. When these chock-full-of-goodness leaves break down, they give up their nutrients to the forest floor.
So if you see lots of mistletoe in a particular area, it means there's a healthy bird population, and it's a sign of a diverse ecosystem. If all parasites were this lovable, I'm sure we'd see lots more pet tapeworms.
In ancient times, mistletoe was used all over the world to treat a myriad of ailments, from convulsions to hysteria to delirium, with Pliny the Elder himself raving about its cancer-curing powers. Because of its toxicity, however, it lost some of that status as a miracle healer, though it is currently being investigated for its effect on lowering blood pressure.
Adding to its medicinal mystique, the pharmacologically active substances found in mistletoe actually change depending on the host plant.
Mistletoe that grows on nightshade plants, for example, has been found to contain nicotine, while those that grow on coffee plants are hopped up on caffeine.
With so many species of mistletoe, there's a lot of twig to cover. But let's get down to a couple of the more unique and fascinating ones.
First, there's lodgepole pine dwarf mistletoe, Arsithobium americanum, one of dozens of species in its leafless genus.
It's unique in that it disperses its seeds by explosion.
While some plants that we've covered on the channel explode from touch, like Himalayan balsam, or from environmental conditions like the sandbox tree, this species of mistletoe explodes from heat it generates within itself.
It's called thermogenesis discharge, and it's the only plant in the world known to trigger explosive seed dispersal by warming itself up from the inside.
Similarly, the limber pine dwarf mistletoe also spreads its seeds via explosion, using hydrostatic pressure to launch its seeds at speeds of almost 96 kilometers an hour. Tristerix in the Loranthaceae family infects just 2 types of cacti in South America. Instead of growing in festive balls like some, this mistletoe parasite bursts out of the host from inside. Its near inability to photosynthesize sets it apart from its hemiparasitic mistletoe cousins, as Tristerix relies more heavily than others on its host for resources.
So after learning about all the poison and the parasitism, why on earth do we kiss under these things during the holidays? There's a couple contributing stories, starting with Old Norse mythology. And no, I promise this is not the plot of the next Thor movie. Or is it? Taika?
Loki, the god of mischief, had Balder, the god of light and joy, killed with a twig of mistletoe after learning it was the only thing that could harm him. Celtic druids way back in the 1st century CE saw mistletoe as a symbol of virility, since its berries appear in winter when other plants have long withered up. Ancient Greeks and Celts even considered the sticky white berries to be a symbol of male fertility.
Ironically, one study showed that common mistletoe extract actually decreased the quality of sperm in rats. Wah wah.
Through the centuries, the tradition of kissing under the mistletoe came about, though it's not entirely clear exactly when and how. A song published in England in 1784 is generally agreed to be the first reference to kissing under the mistletoe. Originally, it seemed it was just a ruse for men to secure kisses from unwilling women.
However, in a time and place where women had very little agency, some accounts suggest that mistletoe was a totally legit way for a woman to orchestrate a much-desired kiss herself. While mistletoe may still steal nutrients from its hosts, thankfully, stealing kisses from an unconsenting person under one is no longer acceptable. I hope the romance of this toxic parasite helps you score your own consensual kisses this season. So what should we talk about next? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for new episodes every week. Happy holidays! Hi, I'm Tasha the Alphazon, and you're watching Florizazic. What? Hey, I'm Tasha the Amazon, and you're watching Florilogic. Mistletoe. Let me tell you about mistletoe. Hey, you gotta kiss a girl on the mistletoe when she likes it real good. But only if you have her consent. Mistletoe flowers from March to May with small silver and gold, silver and gold. Something about winter and it being cold. Ah!
That's good.
I'm a songwriter, ladies and gentlemen. These 2 types of mistletoe are famous for their iconic ball shape, which can grow as wide as a What the hell just happened to me? Okay. Did you notice? We decorated for you. Ding, 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 jong, ding, jingling, ding, jagga, jingling, joogs. Root-like structures that are able to penetrate the tree's bark and start sucking the juices. Think of the romantic journey it took from a bird's cloaca. From a bird's butthole. So if you see lots of mistletoe in a particular area, it means there's a healthy bird population, and it's a sign. If all parasites were this lovable, I feel good. We would say I like a bird. I'm like a bird on the fly away. I don't have a cloaca. Adding to its medicinal mystique, the boo. With so many species of mistletoe. But let's get down to the most unique. Bow. With so many species of mistletoe, there's a lot of twig to cover. But let's get down to the. Oh gosh, golly gee. It's unique in that it disperses its possible. And no, I swear this is not the plot of the next Thor movie. Or is it, Taika? Step up, bro. Oh, you want me to go and say the lines again? Sorry. Why on earth do we kiss under these things during the holiday? There's a fuffle ideas going around, kids. I say words, and the camera picks them up, and so does the microphone. However, in a time and place where women didn't have jack shit, they could steal a kiss from a guy because of a bushel of plants coming to a theater near you. I'm just having a little munch. Just having a little cookie munch. Happy holidays.